Oh, hi there. Yes, that's right. The top kick isn't quite done yet. It's throwing us a few trouble codes, and we'll have to diagnose those and get that taken care of before we put the hood on and stuff. It's throwing a P0088 and a P0090. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to get to that later because we got a few things we want to do in the shop before cameraman Blake gets here and works his magic. We got some exciting upgrades for the shop today. The first thing I want to do is I picked up a piece of this. Any ideas what I'm going to do with this? Oh, that's right. A lot of you have been talking about the floor drain and how dropping parts and tools down there might be a problem. So we picked up this to alleviate that problem. Show you what we're going to do here. No, we're not just going to lay it down on the top. What we're going to do here is we're going to pull up the cover and we're going to draw a pattern out, cut this piece, set it down in there on the ledge beneath the cover, and then put the cover over it. That'll keep any tools from dropping down in there, or nuts and bolts. Now the question is that going to fit? Just a little bit on the big side. We can take care of that. Well, is that going to fit now? Oh, look it. Almost. I think it's still a little too snug. What do they say? Third time's the charm? That's about a perfect fit. Huh. I think that'll do. You drive over it once or twice and she'll fit right in there. There you go, people. No more worries about dropping tools down the drain. And that'll last a little bit longer than just a window screen. So, while I've been doing that, seat cover here has been putting some sound insulation around the bathroom. Yep, next step will be paneling out here. The brick paneling, same as we're putting on the inside.
What are you doing, Eric?
We're gonna hang a TV in the shop, a big one. Now that we have really high-speed internet in here, Blake, cameraman, partner, has enabled us with some really good high-speed internet. And now we're gonna hang a big TV in the corner of the shop over here. This is gonna kind of be the lounge area. Now, because we have a pole barn structure, we have to hang a few pieces here. Because we can't just mount straight to the tin. So we need some boards to go between our purlins. Now we can mount our cross bracket. Got to make it level. Where is our bracket? That should be centered there. Now, is that really level? Oh yeah. I may not be a carpenter, but I can make something level. That should do it. Got it?
I'm hooked in.
Are you? Yeah. How does that look? Huh?
I think it's the perfect height.
That's a good height.
I do.
Good angle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
We can't have a shop TV without a sound bar. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I've been operating this YouTube channel since 2009 with horrible low-speed internet. They finally put a fiber optic line on the road, so we got it run to the shop here, and now we're gonna have good internet, high speed, wonderful internet, just like everybody in town. While Mara's trying to figure things out here, get the TV set up, the sound bar is there. The only thing I got left to do is tidy up some cords. We'll do that when she's done. And then we're gonna have a TV in the shop that we can watch our own YouTube channel on. Well, seat cover was so excited about having the TV and the internet out here in the shop, she decided to bring in some lounge furniture right away.
So bad. Yes, you got bed. And you can watch TV, you can watch Matt, Reap and G, Daddy and Mama. Yeah, all your friends.
So, seat cover, since she wanted to get this area set up right away, I think we're going to put up some signs also. And they may not stay there, but seat cover came up with a really neat idea to put the metal signs up on the metal walls. Magnets. So, I think the first thing we're going to put up, Gator's towing service. Anytime, anywhere. What do you got?
Oh, I got, you don't have to drive a Jeep 4x4, but you'd be cooler if you did. And my all-time favorite, I love this one. Do you have tight nuts or rusty tool? Use them. WD-40.
Do you have tight nuts? Hey, that looks kind of neat.
STP, the racers I
Huh, look at that.
Oh, I like that.
Well, that might not be where they all stay. With the magnets, we can move them around.
That one right there that you just put up, that's staying right there.
That's staying right there.
That's staying right there.
Back to the top kick here. And yeah, it's giving me a little bit of trouble. It's tripping some codes, P088 and a P090, which I believe, if I remember right, are fuel rail pressure too high and unable to regulate fuel rail pressure. So I don't want to bore you with all the diagnostics, but basically when you go into GM's diagnostics, it tells you to check the circuit out. It's a 2-wire circuit, pulse width modulated, supplied by 12 volts on a purple and white wire, and controlled, pulse width modulated, controlled on the ground side by the ECM on a yellow wire. So we've tested, we have the 12 volts coming from the ECM. all the way to the fuel pressure regulator. And we've tested the continuity of the yellow wire back to the ECM to make sure that there's no opens or high resistance. You can check the resistance with the ohm meter, but that isn't the best way to do it. The best way to do it is what they call a voltage drop test. So we did a voltage drop test to both wires. We don't have any voltage drop. There's a little section in between the fuel pressure regulator and the harness that commonly gets compromised or ends up with an open in it. We've tested that little jumper harness all by itself too, and we don't have a problem there. So basically that boils down to we either have a fuel pressure regulator solenoid that's bad, or we have an ECM that's bad. I find it hard to believe that our ECM is bad since the vehicle was running and the reason it failed was a broken crank. It shouldn't have affected the ECM at all. The fuel pressure regulator, however, is the one from the used motor. It's not the one from the motor that was running and failed with the crank. Don't know how long that motor has been sitting. Don't know what the condition of it was before it was taken out of the school bus. So that leads me to believe that our fuel pressure regulator is sticking. So that's what we're going to change out, and hopefully that'll take care of our codes. There isn't a specification for an ohm test on the fuel pressure regulator. We did compare the two, the one that's in the truck compared to the one that was on the running motor, and the ohms come out about the same. There's only about 0.7 of an ohm difference between the two. Basically, that just means that the coil in there isn't open or shorted with no resistance. It's hard to know exactly what the ohm reading should be, but we know that neither one of them has failed that way, whether it's burned open or shorted to no resistance in the coil. But there's a good chance that the regulator in this one is actually sticking, that it's stuck in one position and the magnetic coil can't operate it or move it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the top of the motor apart. We're going to change out the fuel pressure regulator. It's on top of the injection pump or on the back of the injection pump. Hopefully that'll take care of our problem. It's going to take a little bit to get down to the fuel pressure regulator. It's right down here. We're going to have to remove a few things so we can get to it and swap it out. Looks like our best bet is to get the air valve and intake off here. Some of you would call it a throttle body, but technically on a diesel it's called an air valve. Suppose we better disconnect the batteries again before we start creating sparks here. Might have to get that out of the way too. I think the crossbars better come back off. Oh, one more hidden. I think I would have remembered that because I just had it off. That's going to be tough to squeeze back in there. All right, let's see if we can fish this out of here. You'd think just after putting this thing together, I'd remember where every nut and bolt is? Yeah, that's funny. Oh, more harnesses connected to it. All right, you guys got to help me remember to put them back on when we put it back together. There we go. Now, I don't want to lose the gaskets. Still not going to be able to get to it until I take this charged air intake elbow out. I won't be able to get that out unless I take my upper coolant pipe off. Thermostat housing and upper coolant pipe. There we go. Hey, now I can see the solenoid. So this is what we're after. It's held on by two little Torx screws, but we aren't going to be able to get at it with this. We're going to have to figure something else out. So a T25 in a little magnetic socket looks like it might do the trick. And then an extension. And a little quarter drive ratchet. We'll get this one out, and we'll see about doing the one blind on the engine. I was wrong, guys. There's a third screw down here. Boy, that one's really going to be tough to get. Well, there it is. Hope that's the part we need. Well, let's see if we can get to it. There's one. Well, we got the second one loose, and those are the two easy ones. All right, there's the second one. Now for the hardest one. Well, that third bolt's giving me some real grief. The torque's stripped out. I can only see it in the mirror. We might have to pull the injection pump out to get that bolt out. I don't want to do that. So we're going to take a break. We're going to ponder this for, I don't know, maybe even a few days. Try and figure out what we're going to do. Well, it looks like seat cover's having a little more fun than we are. Maybe we'll help her out for a while. Take my mind off the top kick. Okay. Well, then we should put the other circle signs on the other side of the TV.
Is it too high? Does it need to go lower?
No, I think that's okay.
So now, you shall be able to see the time for dinner.
We stopped for dinner?
You can't climb the ladder. Oh, no, no, no.
What's the matter?
It's too close to the TV. You need to move it to the other ridge.
Well, I got another one. I got the Jeep one. That about right?
Yeah.
Let's move the clock down a little bit.
Well, then how are you going to see it if it's not high enough?
Oh, it'll be all right. Is that about even?
Yes.
Okay. What other signs do you want to put up? This one's the same size as the gator sign. Should we put that here?
Yes, that actually looks kind of cool.
Okay.
Yes, I'll let you put that there.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay, we're getting there. What you got going on now? Texaco on there?
Yeah.
Oh. Down. You know, I'm thinking we got a lot of prime advertising real estate inside this shop. So we have a Yankum banner, one of our affiliates, to put up. And if any of you out there work for a company,